Hi, everyone. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. 1, it's free. 2, there are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. 3, Anchor will distribute your podcast so that everyone can hear it, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. It is everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. So go ahead, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
What's up, world? Isaiah here from Making It Make Sense with Isaiah, Jasper, and Theo. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify with new episodes every Friday. We also want to hear from you between episodes, so follow our Instagram at Making It Make Sense IJT or email us at makingitmakesense@gmail.com. Now listen up and let's make all the sense. Welcome back, everybody, to Making It Make Sense with Isaiah, Jasper, and Theo. This is Isaiah. I'm excited to be back, even though, well, I was away for a week, but it don't seem like that. But anyway, but because we keep the content coming. But just want to let you guys know, please leave us some reviews. We love the feedback. Let us know what you guys think. We really appreciate it. Just like we appreciate you guys listening to us every week. Don't forget to follow us and listen to us on Spotify. Leave us some voice notes on Anchor because we'd love to interact with you guys and get to know you all. You can also leave voice notes with advice, or if you have questions for us, things you would like us to answer on the episode. Check us out on Instagram at Isaiah_Jasper_Theo_. And you can always email us at makingitmakesense@gmail.com. So y'all, let's get into it.
That was a lot.
I know, that was a lot. Listen, we want you guys to be able to reach us on everything, okay? But yes, that was a lot, wasn't it? So let's get into it. So, guys, what is going on with this baby mess? What happened?
Come on.
I mean, give me some opinion. What do you? I'm gonna let you. Yeah. What do you guys think, Jasper, Theo? Give me your.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Well, like I've been saying since him.
Wait a minute. Hold up.
He just left with it.
Okay. But let's start with the raggedy ass comment he said.
Yes, so we gotta give a backstory.
Let's give the
I have the comment here.
Him, they're gonna be like, well, what did he do?
If you didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexually transmitted disease that will make you die in 2 or 3 weeks, put your cell phone light up. The rapper then can be heard saying in the footage from the set shared on social media, ladies, if your pussy smells like water, put your cell phone light up. Fellas, if you ain't sucking dick in the parking lot, put your cell phone light up. Like I said, fuck him.
Wow, that's wild.
Okay. For him to make this kind of statement in 2021, I just don't get it. I don't want to hear that you were high, that you were drunk, or that you were having a bad day. The most hurtful part there is hearing the HIV/AIDS part.
Yeah.
Because, first of all, let's go sit down, and maybe he should be getting himself checked for some HIV and some sexually transmitted diseases from all the unprotected, raggedy sexual favors he's probably getting from these groupies. But anyways, I've said a lot about this, and I'm just plain old disgusting. And the number one thing I have to say about him is fuck him.
Mhm.
Jasper, what do you have to say?
Yeah, what do you say, Jasper?
I I was when I first read about the baby's comments and the things he said that were very vulgar towards the LGBT community. I was shocked. I was stunned because
Mhm.
of the vulgarness, because what he said was very like it came from a place of from a place of uh hate, and I feel like he was saying he was expressing his own hate and on issues with the community, and
Mhm.
I just think that it's what he said was wrong. He shouldn't have said it. Even if he felt that way, he shouldn't have spoke it, and definitely not on a public platform on a stage in front of thousands of screaming fans that support him. Because I'm pretty sure like a good percentage of those that support him are gay, and so him to say that, it was he definitely didn't use wisdom in that moment, because he is unfortunately an icon in a sense. People do look up to him. He has fans,
Mhm.
and so he didn't use his status the right way, because to say things like that are very 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 harmful. And HIV/AIDS does not only affect that community, but it affects his community of people. Straight people get HIV. Straight people can get AIDS too. So
Mhm.
it was a lot of ignorance that he used, and a lot of ignorance that was spewing from him, because clearly HIV is not a gay disease. Even though back in the day they always considered and always labeled HIV/AIDS as a gay disease, it's not a
Mhm.
gay disease.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
it was a gay disease in
it was.
1981.
It
We are
They
was.
called
not.
it
Yeah,
gay
We are.
they
porn.
labeled it that.
We are not in 1981. We've
Exactly.
we've come so far from
Exactly.
1981 for this ignorant slime of a human being to say such perverse, detrimental, hurtful, hateful things. There was no misunderstanding in his statement. That was pure hate.
It
And
was
I don't
ignorant,
want,
but it was he didn't use wisdom. It was I never
yeah.
said misunderstanding,
If he needed
but it was
wisdom, he needed to talk to
ignorance.
Black Jesus.
It
He
was
needs to talk to
ignorance.
Jesus.
It was ignorance, because he didn't think. He just
Mhm.
spoke. It's an old saying: you think before you speak. He didn't think. He just spoke,
Yeah, because he's not
and
a thinker,
and
obviously.
it's clearly so. He
Yeah.
said it, and now he's dealing with the repercussions. And he did apologize a couple times. One of them was nasty, and another one was like a PR apology. But
Yes,
he
I'm glad.
did,
I'm just about to. You said
so
took the
Isaiah,
words
what
right
do
out of
you
my
think
mouth,
about this
Jasper.
clown?
I said, "What you
Jasper
do?"
took the words right out of my mouth about the second one though, because the first one was like basically like I ain't saying sorry, and then the second one like I'm sorry, but I'm not at all. So what y'all talking about? And then the second one was a PR
Yeah.
apology. It's almost as if it was written, it was written for him, and so which we've seen those types of apologies before. Um, from various other stars and artists and things like that. But um, my my personal opinion about it is so. I think I believe so. What was this like? This happened in the last like 4 or 5 days, right? So or maybe within the week. So I think I was away when this popped up, and I think I went to in the morning. I did my little ritual. I get up. I check like the news, then I go on the Twitters and then the Facebooks and the Instagram, and then you get this. So you read the news and then you just go, okay, what's everybody actually? What's everybody saying about it? So then I think I actually saw it on Twitter. Is the funny thing. That's the first place I saw it, because I was scrolling through and there was a video of what he said. So I didn't read an article about it or anything. I saw his name in something, but I just went, all right, scroll. And then I saw the video first and I just clicked it. I'm like, oh, it's DaBaby. I'm like, oh, he's shirtless. Oh, like, I'm just gonna be honest. Like that's I clicked it. I did. That was,
Lord.
like I'm gonna be total transparency. I said, oh, what's he doing? What concert is he at? So I go to listen to it or watch it, and I'm like, just mouth agape because I'm like, wait, is that? So I watched it again and I was like, is this like a deep fake? Like, did someone? No, he's really saying this, and it just really reiterating what you guys said. Like, it was super dark. Like, what made you get on stage with like millions of fans? I mean, it's one thing, and this is what really sucks about it, and doesn't make it any less jarring when you do it on, like, if he wrote something on social media or if he recorded a video from on his Instagram or went live or something like that. That would be just as jarring because it would still signify that like you kind of knew what you were saying a little bit. But like, for you to get on stage during a concert with however many people, from with fans that fall all along the spectrum, just in general. I mean, especially like the song he remixed with Dua Lipa, or they did the remix Levitating, which by the way was one of my personal summer faves. And even after, like, I love that song, and it was just like disappointing. Like, I was just like, this is okay. I was like, I'm not a fan anymore.
It's
Like,
hate. First of all, I was never a fan because his music isn't for my demographic.
right, and same. Like, he's not
Wow.
I'm not like a big super fan, but like, if he was like in a song or something like that, I'd be like, oh, okay, like whatever. But it, like, I didn't he wasn't like an artist that I like followed on
No,
Spotify. Like,
I
he
grew
just
up
that's not.
on real hip hop with artists that were rapping, that knew how to rap, that gave you
Come on,
entertainment.
Wu Tang
Um,
for the children.
Wu Tang, B.I.G., the number one best rapper ever, Jay Z, Tupac, all the Nas, all these people, the Locks, these people who knew how to rap and were about
Oh
music.
yes, the locks.
Not
Sorry, had
not
to.
this. I don't know what this gum underneath my fucking shoe is.
Not
But
come under your shoe.
then they did they kind of did the comparison between him and Lil Nas X. The
Absolutely
double
not.
standards. The like,
Ignorance.
double standards because
That's
Lil Nas
ignorance.
has his own thing. But I just
Ignorance.
I just think
Bigotry.
that
Homophobia.
it was a poor taste. It was done in poor taste. You shouldn't have done it.
Yeah,
But I think a lot. I think there's a lot that's going on though. It's a lot of artists that are doing things
it's a
and are in
scapegoat.
poor taste and are not
Let's
using
not what Little
and not
Nas
not using
X
and not using wisdom. Like it's not just the
what
baby.
no
Like it's
what
not
Little
just him.
Nas X is
But it's
doing.
not just him. It's not just the baby.
No, but
You got
No,
Little
other
no,
Nas
artists doing
and
others
X.
that
I
doing just as much of controversial things that are causing people to have reactions
and
that are
I
causing
ag-
conversations to be
and I
had.
agree and not to
So
cut
it's
you
not
off,
just the
but
baby.
and not to cut you off. I agree with you in terms of the fact that there are other people doing, how do I say it? Not similar things,
But his
but when
raggedy
I
ass
think,
is the
but
one
when
up for the chopping right now.
but when when I'm thinking of, but when I and now and Jasper, you can correct me from what you're thinking. When I'm thinking of similar things, I'm thinking of people that might say the same things behind closed doors. For example, I'm thinking of Ti, or I'm thinking of other rappers, and doesn't have to necessarily be rappers, but other artists that might feel the same way, that are not saying the same things, but are that, I'm thinking of people like that. My personal opinion with Lil Nas X, go ahead and get Lil Boo, okay? Because I just feel like, for me, and this is just like collectively, like, we all like grew up in the 90s and stuff like that as well. And I never saw a rapper that was openly LGBTQ plus, like, doing his thing, and like, and listen, everybody doesn't have to. Now, would I get up there and do some of that? Probably not.
Absolutely not.
Probably not. Okay, like, that's not me. But I have to give it to him that I'm like, you go and do you, because because I'm a 34-year-old man, so I'm not gonna do that. But
But
like,
also,
you know what I mean?
Isaiah,
I admire it
what Little Nas X is doing, he's being provocative for a purpose. He is protesting.
intentionally. Yes,
He
No,
is.
that.
he said he was
He is. That
for
is a way of
It
protesting.
no,
art
he
He
didn't
is.
say he
is
was protesting.
No, no,
He
no.
didn't say he was
He is.
protesting.
He is
Let's not
making.
get it confused now.
He is
well.
making
Wait, Jasper,
fun.
hear him out. Hear him
He
out.
He is
Hear him
making
out. Hear him out. Hear
fun
him out.
of the patriarchy and of heterosexual and heteronormative behavior.
And art
He
is a
is.
form of
Yes,
protest.
an
What
art
he's
is a
people
not
are.
form of
protesting.
protest.
That's
Yes,
not
it
no.
is.
We're not gonna
No,
But
say
no, no, no,
but
no.
protesting.
what he's
He's
saying is art is a
protesting not
form of
directly like
protest.
protesting
He's not
in his
protesting.
actions and
Not
his
like Pippin
freedoms.
protest.
Yeah, yeah. He's protesting in his actions and some being yourself. It's a protest within itself.
That's true.
And him being free and being his true authentic self is a protest.
We are a form of
He's
if
not protesting.
let's
This
but
We're
it's
not gonna get
true.
it
podcast,
But
confused.
this
A
podcast is a
protesting.
form of
Hey,
protest.
this
we're not gonna
but
conflate the two and say that Lil Nas is protesting when Lil Nas is doing the shit just to piss off people. And
right, but
it's fine to express yourself. It's fine to artistically express yourself. But when what you're doing is coming off offensive in the sense of that you have children that listen to him that listen to his
Oh, here we
music
go.
but
that
also
watches his
why are
videos.
but I have a question.
It's a
I have a
problem
question then.
because kids are watching this. Kids
But
are
Jasper, I have a
supporting
question.
him. So
I have a question.
it's a problem.
But that's
Well,
no,
and
that's the parents'
I hear
problem,
what
not the
you're
kid, not little Nas
It's a
X.
that's where I
problem
was
for
kind of
him. Yes, the Isaiah.
but sorry, let me I have a question though in that just to play devil's advocate in a sense. So the only thing though is as as parents, now not us as parents, but as parents, shouldn't you be monitoring what your child is consuming in the first place though?
Heterosexual people
True.
know that
That's
shit.
true, but you can't monitor your child 24/7. That's not
But then
possible. Your
But it's
child
not
goes to
little
which
Nas
school.
I
X
which
job to
Your
goes on
child goes to
babysit.
school. Your
which
child has friends that listen to music. So you can take your child's devices. Your child goes
I
to school. They
agree.
have
But
friends,
then so then I
and
have a
so you can't
right. So that I have
that
an
can't be used as
additional
an argument.
so that I have an additional question then on top of that. Okay, so what is different though then about any or more vulgar about the way his presentation is than anyone else that uses vulgar language or
Thank
vulgar
you.
imagery in
It's
their
nothing.
music?
It's nothing
There's nothing
different. It's
different.
same. It's the same.
Yep.
That's
Vulgar
good.
is vulgar. But my thing is, what he's doing, like with like with this recent video, like it was like I watched it, seeing the clips. It was to me, it was like okay, we get it. You're expressing yourself. You want the you want the world to know. You especially um the people who have an issue, these rappers who are coming out and having issues, and people who are speaking on it to understand that you love who you are and you expressing who you are. But it's like, okay, how far are you going to go? Like you don't win and you don't use prison as a tool to highlight in a video. Like the prison system is not something fun. Don't nobody want to go to prison. Like it's not sexy. It's not. You don't go there to find your soulmate. You don't go there to have a fantasy. Like that's just not what it
But
is.
that's
I
Like if
agree.
hypocritical.
a gay person wants to go to prison,
That's a
I
very
that's
agree.
not
hypocritical
fun.
statement. You know
But
So
why?
then
it's not, and he making it. He's
No, no,
sexualizing
no,
but
no.
prison,
think of, but
and it's
wait,
not sexy at
so
all.
speaking
Can I
of
say
so
something?
oh of course, go ahead. Sorry.
It's not.
That's very hypocritical. The point is, what this
No, it's
child
not.
is doing, what this child is doing, isn't anything new.
That's true.
How many
Actually, it's new
times?
because people actually
Actually,
because
no, it's not new. The imagery
Isaiah
of
said he never
making. Let
seen
me finish.
anybody. He never
The
seen
the
a rapper that's
imagery
gay come out and do this. So this new.
But
no, 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 no,
straight men
no,
have
the
done that.
gender and the sexuality is new,
Right.
but the imagery that he is giving isn't something new.
It is new. You never
Rappers,
seen a man. I've never seen a
let me finish.
men.
The
I never
rappers
seen that.
before him trivialize jail, drugs, women, and gang violence to
He
make
has a point.
millions. The only difference is that they were heterosexual men. 50 Cent
So it was
made a
okay.
career
In quotes.
50 Cent, oh, well, yeah, in quotes, 50 Cent made a career out of getting shot 9 times.
Oh God, yeah.
Tupac, as much as I
He got
love,
shot 9 times.
as much as I love Tupac,
Right, but it
Tupac,
was like romanticizing
yeah,
it.
he romanticized it.
How do you
Tupac,
romanticize getting shot 9 times?
Tupac
You know what I mean?
made
Like
being
he
a
made it seem
gangster,
cool.
thug life, a very normal thing. Snoop
It is
Dogg,
normal. Thugs are real.
Snoop Dogg made being a Crip and a gang very commercial. The issue that people are having is that this is a gay little boy being liberated, putting his sexuality in his music, and
Right.
on it.
So now
No, it's
people
not.
are
It's just.
mad.
It's not. It's that's not the issue. The issue for me, anyway,
Well, for
and
you, go
I
ahead.
can speak for the people. Is just he the video said he sexualized jail. The people you said didn't sexualize jail. They didn't make jail seem sexy as a place where they can be free and sexual and have romantical moments and stuff. They didn't do that. They just talked about what jail is because they been to prison.
Well, that's
50
not his
Cent was
job.
shot
He's not a
9 times.
philosopher.
50
He's an
Cent, 50 Cent was
artist.
actually shot 9 times. Tupac lived that thug life.
No, but you're missing the
So
point. They
that is based on
trivialized
an
and they
actual thing.
commercialized it.
Lil Nas has never been to prison for. I don't know he's
But
never.
they also use their experiences to make money.
Yep, that's the
Exactly.
point.
So, but Lil Nas has never been to
But
prison.
why is it different for
So
him
it's so
to
you can't
make
say.
money the way he chooses to
But
versus anyone
it's
else?
fine.
Because he's
But be
gay.
realistic.
That's what I
But be
mean.
realistic. Be realistic.
He's gay.
But
Be
why?
realistic.
But aren't
But
isn't the
prison is not
reason
where you go to have sex, and that's not what
right?
No,
But isn't
it's
the
not.
no.
reason people create
Jasper,
videos?
prison is where a lot of men do
They
go and
yeah,
have
but
sex.
it is rape. It's not fun. It's
There are a
rape.
lot of
It's
men
not
that go
fun.
to
It's rape.
jail. No,
It's
no,
rape. It's
no.
torture. It's not
There's a
fun.
lot of men.
It's
There
not
is a
fun.
But
culture of
everyone
men that
has
go to
different.
jail and they
Yes.
are having sex with or
Because they're
without rape.
raped. They're
No,
raped.
no,
It's not
no.
fun. They're
Well,
turned out.
the
It's
reason
different.
I will say this, I will say this, and without going too far into it, um, I do have relatives who have worked in the prison system, and I will tell you directly that it is not it that sometimes it is consensual. It is
Yes.
not
I mean, it's true. It's
always.
consensual, but not 90% of the time it's not. I know people who have been to prison
No,
in
no,
my
I'm not
family,
saying, and I'm
and
not
they have
just, I'm
witnessed and
not just
heard people being raped. So
no,
it's
no,
not a
and I'm
sexual.
not,
It's not a
and
fun thing.
Jasper,
Two
I'm
things
not
are true at the
disregarding.
same time,
Right,
Jasper.
right. They're both true, is what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm not
So,
saying that you're
but little
wrong.
baby, Lil Nas X shouldn't sexualize it and make it like make it seem like it's a fantasy
But let
to
me
go to
ask you
prison because
this:
it's
but
not.
why? But aren't video or video imagery? It's not always meant to be exactly to depict something as it actually always is. You
Lord.
don't have to tell the truth in every one of your
But
videos.
you're
If you
supposed to
did
tell some
that,
of the truth. You're not supposed
That's
to
not, but
mislead
that's not
your
his
but you
job.
don't
audience.
He's
have
not a
That's
to because
misleading
it's
your
preacher.
art.
audience.
He's not a
But you don't have
he's
to
not a
because
politician. Why is it his
why?
job
So you're not
to,
required.
to teach our children to be moral and to be
Because he
outstanding
wants the world to
citizens?
know. He's expressing
No.
himself. He's
That is
he's
your job as a
he,
parent.
he's protesting. So this is
That is
job.
your job as
He's
a
making a
parent.
statement, as you said earlier.
Yes, and
So this is
his
job.
job, my job as a man in this world is to be my true authentic self. Whether that's a pill that you can digest or not, that's not my problem. You can choke on it.
Because
But he's not.
well, let me tell you, and Jasper, let me say this because I guess I'm trying to understand. I guess I'm trying to like understand the point of view of why, like, genuinely, not even like of it being so offensive. And I'm gonna say this because of that. There are spaces, and I've experienced this, where my voice is offensive because it's not masculine enough. If
Well,
I'm speaking, and let me finish that statement. Um, there's spaces where someone's voice, whom is gay, is offensive, or oh, why is like just immediately jarring to certain people, and you can feel the look on their faces. And so, but it's not my job to make the person that feels strange about the way I said something or the inflection in my voice or the pitch of my voice feel comfortable by changing the tone of my voice to be more digestible to somebody else. And so I guess what I mean to say is everyone doesn't have to look up to, because the same people that are watching the video and stuff and going like, you know, and cheering him on, are some of them are people like us who are like, go little gay boy go,
Yeah,
because we didn't always feel that way. Now, like I said earlier, would I get up there and take my pants off and shake my little ass around? No, I'm not gonna do that, because that's just
absolutely
not
not.
something I would do.
That's not the way
But
you express
that I
yourself.
express myself.
But he said, but
However, there's nothing wrong with collecting a little check
it's not.
depicting
But
what you
it's
feel
not. It
like
gotta be.
with.
It's not. But what you said is what you said. I experienced my entire life. My voice is not. It's not not Theo's voice. The Theo's voice would be
Right.
considered the average male voice, which is deep, husky tone. My
Right.
voice is not like that.
Oh,
I've
Right.
said it
and
my
don't you
entire life.
forget it, bitch.
Right.
So
You hear?
and I live for my voice because I used to be so very insecure about my voice because people would
Right.
tell me all the
Right.
time they hate that I
Oh,
sang.
you have a
But
lovely
I
voice,
love my
girl.
voice.
Stop.
I use my
But
voice to my advantage.
absolutely.
And so my thing is just that I just feel like Lil Nas X, he needs to be more. He could express himself, but it's only yeah, there's a line. And to me, he's going over the line intentionally for more than just to express himself. Like he intentionally is pissing people off.
Now,
So
is it more
you
about
know, it's
his?
intentional. It's not
And
like
that this is a good question. Is it now for you? Is it about the way he's expressing himself, or is it about why he is
What
expressing
he's
himself the way
expressing?
he
it's
is?
it's the way to me. It's the way. I don't like. I don't get the way he expresses himself, and I feel like he's doing it. It's more of he's intentionally going pushing the lines. He's intentionally egging people on to get them upset, and then you get people who come out and say things against him, and their careers are being canceled because their reaction is their reaction. You push for a reaction. You pushing for this reaction because he wants people to express them true selves, even if they don't like it. So when they express it, then they get canceled because it's not said in the politically correct way. So
No,
why
but
push for some? Why
being
push it?
gay
So
and
why push it? Why ape it?
he is
Oh,
being so
well, go ahead.
being gay and expressing your sexual orientation is not the
Itself.
same. It's not the same thing as spewing hate speech,
Who said
which
that?
is what the baby did. The
That's
baby
true.
was spewing hate speech. Little Nas X is self-expressing.
That's
But both
true. There
cause
is a
No,
both
no, 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 no.
are
They're both
controversial,
not in the
and
same
both may cause
category, and
issues,
they should not
cause
ever
issues,
be in the same
cause
category.
conversations to be had.
No, no, no,
Both cause
no.
disruptions, and
One
both
could be
cause major
helped,
disruptions
and
and
the other
major
one,
problems
only one of
to be
those
involved.
things, only one of those things needs to be tolerated.
About neither one should be tolerated. Neither
And
one
that,
should be
and, but
Well,
tolerated.
I can't agree
yeah,
with painting it
Neither,
as
I
the
mean, neither
same
one.
thing,
Like if you're gonna say
though.
if
one,
you,
neither one should be tolerated. Neither one
that's
should be
a very
accepted.
But
that's a very
also, Little Nas
weird
X
way
did
of
not.
saying things.
Little Nas X, just to be clear, though, he didn't come out and speak hatred against
Thank
specific
you.
groups, though. That's the problem.
One,
That's
hate
what I
speech
mean.
should not be tolerated at no
Right.
point. One
Because
No
person,
hate
right.
speech. God's if he directed it, if he directed it at 30 different groups, it shouldn't be tolerated at all. So
but
just because
Little
he
Nas
directed
Well,
one
X did
group,
that
not
goes
say
without
hate
it.
saying, of
speech.
course.
He's
But
expressing himself, and people are not liking
he's
the way he's
expressing
Right.
expressing.
himself and expressing offensiveness, obscene things that are
But
offensive, that
can
are
I
making
ask another?
that
Can I
are
ask another
offensive to the eye.
question, just for actual? Because this is interesting. I'm going to ask this.
Oof.
But how terrible would it be to live in a world where we could not express ourselves the way we felt like expressing ourselves,
But
especially as, just, I'm going
oh
to add
my,
something, especially as people who are and look like us. This podcast in general, and I know you totally can agree with this. This podcast itself, three queer black men speaking candidly and speaking our true feelings and everything about what we are doing right now, in some spaces, this is a form of protest,
yes,
right?
it is.
This is a form of protest because this is three intelligent, thoughtful, and brilliant black men coming together in our queerness and in our brotherhood, and that word, Lord Jesus, why did I say that? But anyway,
Ooh, ooh.
but coming together And that is in and of itself a form of protest. And that's why I said at the beginning, or closer to the beginning, I said art is a form of protest. Now, it doesn't mean that art is not supposed to sometimes be jarring
It's
or
subjective.
emit emotion, right? It's subjective. So that your very reaction to it, Jasper, is kind of the point. If you think about it, it's kind of like someone is putting, because when people create art, it's sometimes expressing things that are inside, but it's also sometimes a combination of expressing things that are inside and also looking for a reaction, because the reaction is what starts a conversation, is what changes the world, right? So that's it. It's a chain reaction. If you put the art out there and someone responds to it, or multiple someone's respond to it, then a conversation starts to happen, like the one we're having right now. And then people start hearing that conversation in other spaces, and then it becomes a different conversation. And then before you know it, it's not as
Change.
problematic sometimes
And
as it
then
was
change
at
happens
its
from that.
inception. Right. And change happens from that. So even though you don't agree with his expression, which I understand is very jarring, I do think he is doing it with intention, because I believe we should do things with intention.
Like all artists before him did.
Our artists before him, but our artists before him did do that, but our
Mhm.
artists before him were not homosexual artists. Like,
And
so it's
that's the
different.
problem there.
So he's
And
the
that's
first
the
of a kind.
That's the
homophobia.
He's the
part.
first of
And
a
that's
kind.
the
He's the first of a
problem.
kind. He's the
And
first
that's
of
the
a
problem.
kind
Because
that's
he's a
doing
gay
this.
man.
But it's not that, and I hate that every time there's an issue, if the person's gay, lesbian, whatever, it's always attributed to, oh, because they're gay, or because they're lesbian. No, it's not always because of
But
their orientation.
have you ever
It's
thought
not.
about, though,
It's
that
just a
it's,
cop out to use
but
as a
actually you
uh
said
uh uh
something, but you
as
said something
to
really
say.
great. You said something really great there, though, and you kind of answered your own, like you gave a response to why this is a problem, is because he is a gay man.
No, it's
And
not.
but it,
That's not
no,
the
I'm not
problem.
saying, no, I'm answering it differently. That I don't mean it is because he's a gay man, but it is kind of because he's a gay man. But let me finish my point. If this were someone who was straight, and there have been straight artists that have done very avant-garde things, women even, where people will say, so let's come out of that he's a gay man. All right, let's talk about, make another point. Okay, a woman does something incredibly provocative and is showing parts of her body that, the patriarchy doesn't think should be shown, whatever, right? A woman is showing this and she's showing that and she's showing the curvatures of her body. And guess what articles will come out about this, whoever this particular woman is? Oh, she's showing too much. She's doing this. She's doing that. Yada, yada, yada. If a man does, first of all, D'Angelo, and nobody had a problem with D'Angelo when his little, what is that video? It was like,
How
how
does
does
it feel?
it feel? And you can see his whole, right down to his little, right? Didn't nobody have a problem with that, right? But
Because he didn't show nothing. He
because
didn't show anything.
right, but he still showed, they got
He
low
showed his
enough where you could
chest.
see but they got low enough where you could see the top
Oh,
of the pubic hair. Like,
you
let's
couldn't.
keep it
You,
100
Hello.
you
now.
couldn't see the.
There was
You
the
That's
couldn't
number
see
true.
the
one
thing.
song in the country was Wet
Yes.
Ass Pussy.
Okay, that's
Yes,
different.
if yes,
Okay,
yes.
but
But the
if you're
video,
gonna,
but
now
the
let me,
video was very artistic. They didn't show their pussies. That's a
okay, but they
difference.
were talking about, but
That's a
actually let's touch
difference.
on
That's a
that. But they were
difference.
talking about
That's a
their
difference.
vaginas, were they
And
not?
and they got backlash. And they got a lot of backlash. So
Now
it was
let me
not because
ask
they
you.
were
Now
women.
wait, let me
It's
ask you.
because they show
Actually,
because
okay, wait,
of their
wait.
lyrics of their
You
song.
brought it. You brought it.
Different,
Okay,
different
stop right there though,
situation.
because that part. Did you? Now I'm gonna ask you this. Did you have a problem with them? And not the video is what I'm talking about. Did you have a problem personally with, because I love WAP WAP, okay? Like I love WAP. I know the dance and everything. But like but no, but did you personally feel like the song itself was too much?
The song, no, because ours past have had similar songs. A female artist
There we go.
Okay.
had passed. Lil
Okay,
Kim,
That's
Foxy Brown,
homophobia,
Higher,
Jasper.
My Neck, My Bag.
That is
So
homophobia.
it's
yes.
history
Okay.
of that.
That
Now
is homophobia.
Now the
A
reason I'm
historical
asking,
and a song is different from a video. Let's
Now
not get it
wait,
twisted.
okay. Now let
Let's
me.
not get it twisted. A
Oh,
song and a video are two
I'm
different
not.
things.
If you let me finish my point.
Two
Okay,
different
now
things.
listen. Now listen. The reason I asked that is because they were still talking incredibly explicitly, and I know all the lyrics, so don't get it twisted either. But they were talking very explicitly. They were talking very explicitly though about their genitalia. Like, right? Are we correct? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
Children not
what is
listening to that.
now? Tell me,
Yeah.
aside from now, if he wasn't, and let me ask another question in conjunction with that.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm the question king tonight. So the other thing is now, what if he did not do that same? Okay, so the dance and everything and the imagery. If he was still same outfits minus maybe the prison suits and all that stuff, would you have had the same qualms with the video?
If it would be it would probably be different because I would be seeing if it like what he had like what maybe 10 men
Yeah,
naked
yeah.
their ass
Mhm.
like that was a lot in a prison cell and
But if they weren't in a prison cell, like if that
what
was not the setting, would you still feel the same way?
yeah if it was if the same if it was the same style dance same everything with them
Yes.
necks I would feel the same way even if it was in a different setting because it's like you don't have to do all that to express yourself you don't have to do all that
But
to put
who are you,
to
Jasper,
put
to
all
tell
that.
someone how they should express themselves?
But
That's true. I can't do that
Are
a
either.
you the
consumer
authority
and
on how I
viewer
should
of the
express myself?
as a consumer and viewer of that
Well,
have to
no,
see
then
that.
this product
That's
is
Okay, I
not
feel
for
right to
that.
have an
you.
opinion. We all have opinions, right?
No, this
That's
I'm
my
product is
opinion.
not for you. Because
But
if you didn't
he
have a
put it out
problem
for
with this gay
everybody to see.
boy,
He put it
if
out
you
for everybody to see. He wanted
you have a
he wanted
problem
everybody to see.
with gayness being expressed, because how many times Nicki Minaj has not been half naked in her videos? Cardi B for that video, press, press, press,
Oh, I
was
love that song.
was full blown naked in this video.
That's
How
true.
many
She was
times
walking
does
around
Megan
naked.
the Stallion have to make her ass clap?
But
Oh,
that
you
boy,
can
they weren't
see
full
the
born. She was
crevice.
not full born naked, and you didn't
Excuse
see your
me, and
vagina.
neither was Little
All you saw
Nas
was her
X. It
breast.
was the
So
illusion of nudity.
illusion, not actual.
and
There's
so
a difference.
was
Don't
and
conflate the
so
two.
was Nicki Minaj, and so have been all these other people. D'Angelo gave you the illusion of nudity,
Illusion.
Illusion of
Yes.
nudity.
and
But
so did Little Nas X.
No, he didn't get you. You knew you.
You
It
saw
was
these
no
people naked.
illusion. It was no illusion. You
Yeah.
exactly.
but
This is
for
called
me as
He
for
made
homophobia
me as an
sure
101.
for
that
me
we
as an
seen it. That we
It
seen ass.
is
but for me
homophobia
as an adult,
101. And if we do not support
Oh my
this
lord.
child, and
Oh
if
my.
anybody who is gay is not supporting this child, has internalized homophobia.
Oh my. Oh my. Oh wow. You making my scalp itch.
sorry,
So
your reaction.
Okay. If you do not support
He said,
people
"Oh,
who,
no,
again,
I hear you.
this is not my way of expressing myself, but I see the point of him being a provocateur
Yeah,
and the message behind what it is that he's doing.
and
If
that's what I feel. I
if I
feel,
have to sit here and watch everybody
and
pop
I
their
enjoyed the
pussy,
video visuals.
yes. If I have to sit here and watch all these people pop their pussy and get into a thong, well, let's be for real.
Right, right.
Then there should be equity
but the
across
thing
the board.
but the thing with Lil Nas X, he's done some very some to me, he has put out some very disrespectful imagery. So that's a part of my issue with him and why I don't support it because when my the last video he did where he was actually making fun and mocking religion for me was very offensive. And someone still
Okay.
wants to make a mockery of it and make the devil a
As a
joke.
Christian, yes,
A
that was
joke.
Well,
fucked up.
if
So I
you're
can't.
a
So
Christian, that's
that's
true.
my problem, and that's a lot of
Yeah.
problem with what a lot of people have because he's
Mhm.
mocking things. It's not funny. That was not funny. So then you come out with another video, this video, to really turn up the notch to really trigger people because he wants people who have issue with gayness and homophobic people to come out. That's what he
Yep,
wants.
yes.
And
And
so
what
But
he
that's
did,
get the
good.
and
But
what
in a
reaction.
sense, that's good because we
And
don't want them
it's
hiding in the
good. It's
no,
shadows.
not good
I
because
want them
it's,
right
it's
in my
good, but it's
face.
not good.
but
It's
we,
good, but
and
it's
no
not
one should
good.
please not
Right.
get it twisted. What DaBaby did and said is hate speech.
It is
What,
hate speech.
Yeah.
yeah, what Little Nas X is doing is not hate speech.
It's
It's just making
vulgar.
people
It's
It's
vulgar. It's
art
angry.
that it's
inappropriate.
open to interpretation.
It's called it's part of the it's a problem too. Both of
But
them have
also
caused
think
both
about
of them
well,
equally have contributed to problems.
They're
but
We
think
not
have
the
had
about this
same.
two.
though. If
They're
We have
not the
somebody
had
same.
two.
doesn't like
We
something,
have had
can't they
two.
just
We
If
have the
someone
two artists.
doesn't like something, though,
There are two artists
uh-huh.
who had controversial moments in the public eye. Both of them have had it. Both. So you can't say one after the other.
Right, controversial, but for different
Yeah,
reasons.
but
But
Yeah,
also, I
if
feel
you
like,
but
see
both are considered problematic. Both are
if you
considered
see hate
problematic
well,
people.
speech as
Lil Nas,
controversial, one is illegal to do and you
right?
can get
There's
sued.
legislation against hate
Yes.
speech.
And one is illegal and the other one is not. So there
Both
is
are
no
problematic.
comparison.
And
Little
remember,
Nas X
Both
is
are
doing, there is
problematic
no
people.
comparison
Both
to
are
hate
problematic.
speech.
Both of them are
but Jasper,
problematic
also, let me
entities in
mention,
the industry. Both are,
but
along with
Jasper, let me
Ti,
mention this
along
though.
with the other with
Not long,
Lil
not
Boosie.
long, not long before us, okay, our gay forefathers, okay, what you saw in that video, and not even just what that we saw in that video, because let's get real candid here, okay? What happens in all of our separate bedrooms was once illegal as well,
Hello.
right? So okay, like let's just keep it.
What
Let's
does y'all
just
do?
that's what it
What
was. Now
bedrooms got to do
let's
with
not
this?
even. All right, like let's get
Well,
real
how
candid now.
what does our bedroom have to do with how?
Okay, well I'm about to make that point. Okay,
What's that?
so what I'm saying is, what was once happening in your bedroom was illegal, right? What DaBaby did was illegal because he was doing hate speech. Lil Nas X, so now in conjunction with that, since we're talking about Lil Nas X did not do anything illegal. He was just being a provocateur. He's pissing people off. Now, I understand, I'm going to say this too. I understand being upset because I have relatives who were upset about his video, Montero, Call Me By Your Name, because there were religious things in it. Now, I'm going to add this though, okay? There are also a lot of gay men and women and trans and bisexual men and women that have felt that have not felt embraced by religion, right? So I'm not saying that that might not have been offensive to people that are religious, and I understand that, but there are a lot of people that have not been embraced by religion, that have felt shunned by religion, that have felt that it felt like they are not good enough to be here on this earth because of religion. So to me, if you want to make a video and play around with religion a little bit, to me, then be offensive to people that are like that. Because why is somebody going to tell me I am a disgrace to the earth, or I'm a scum on the earth because I'm not straight, like boring, straight, and crusty like you?
Yeah.
Sorry to all my straight friends. That's not to love you guys, but I'm just saying, like, to
But they get the
people
point.
that use that to place themselves in a hierarchy of human existence because you are straight and I am not. And especially people that weaponize religion to make people that are much younger than us feel like they are bad people or something is wrong with them because they are gay. That's why things like and not to turn it into a super, super serious note, but like, that's why things like the Trevor Project exist. You know what I mean?
Religion has never offered anything for any heterosexual people or disenfranchised people. Religion is a dangerous tool that's used to disenfranchise and to have a lot of people that look like us commit suicide. Let's be for real.
Oh Lord.
Religion,
Jasper, but you know that's true
come
though.
on.
Like, come on.
But
Jasper, how many times have you sat in a church and they've talked about gay people going to hell just because you are gay?
well,
I'm
my
not saying
church
belief in
doesn't.
God
Well,
is wrong.
my
I'm
well, my
definitely not
pastor,
saying
I'm
my
that.
talking about
church,
religion, not
Right.
about
well, my church is
spirituality.
Right.
well,
Right.
my church is my church I go to. My pastors never
Mm-hmm.
condemn gay people. Never say gay people going to hell. We
Yeah.
just
And that's
But
beautiful
you
and
are the
great.
so
minority, not the
That
I
is.
accept.
can't I can't
You can't
connect that
relate to.
experience. Yeah, I can't.
Right.
But
Um,
you,
And I
that's
get that.
not
And I
your
didn't know that
reality. But
I
either.
that is
can't.
the reality for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, but at the end of the day, playing religion is not. I would never condone someone, even if they had a personal experience in the church, to mock it. Because
Okay.
at the end of the day, there is a God, and
Yeah, yeah, and they're
and
not
what it
mocking
does.
God. You should
So
always
Right.
there
mock
is some.
religion.
So you can't mock
Religion
something that
is
is
man-made.
true.
Well, right.
Religion is
That
History and
man-made.
religion are
you can't
different.
mock it. It's not appropriate
Religion
to
is
talk to my
man-made and should always be mocked.
and it's not appropriate. And okay, little baby has student hate speech, but little Isaac is constantly spewing up hates. So both of
How
them,
is he sprigging up
But
hate?
I don't think
hate,
mocking. Well,
yes,
let me
hate,
interject
yes.
here. I do not think making a mockery of many religions, human made, their systems that
How
have.
Not
And
is
I'm
this
human
mock?
speaking
made.
this
It's not
How
personally
is
human
you
because
made.
I have
mocking?
It's
not
not
had the
human
same
made.
experience
It's
where I
not
have. Wait a minute.
Real,
I have not felt embraced by the church before. Okay, specifically. Now, I really appreciate the beautiful experience you have had with your church,
hey
but that's
man,
not the reality for that was
and that is
not
not my
totally the reality
reality
for me.
either.
And that's why I feel like that.
You can't, because y'all can't generalize a church and
I'm not
a
saying
church as
every,
one.
and I'm not saying
And
every
that
church,
you
just to be
can't,
clear, of
because
course.
your experience, and mine is mine.
Yeah, and
And what
Jasper,
I
and
know
your
that God
Right.
experience is a
created,
minority.
that God created
Your
each of us
experience
in His
isn't the
own image.
majority. There's a
So
ton of gay people and black people and disenfranchised people because of religion have lost their
yeah,
lives.
that's fine, but it's not giving them the
So
right to
you
mock.
cannot
And
tell
people
It's
have
not
me,
giving the
killed
right
in the
to
name
mock
of
and
religion
disrespect.
too.
you
That's
cannot
It's
another.
tell
still
me
not
that I
giving the
cannot
right to mock,
mock a
disrespect.
religion
Well,
that
hold on,
told
No,
I got
me,
you. I want to hear. I want y'all to hear each other.
Jasper,
'Cause I-
Jasper, you cannot tell me that I cannot mock a religion that told me that I should not have the right to live, that made me depressed, that made me want to attempt suicide, and it made me not seek out love and community. You're not the authority in that. So if this boy or whoever wants to mock the people that oppressed them and brought them to the brink of death, that is within their right.
yeah, in their own privacy, but not publicly.
No, no,
Not,
no. Because
but
when they're
but I don't.
bashing
But
gay people, they don't
privacy
do it
is
not
what.
privately.
appropriate, and
But but
not
hold on.
appropriate.
Let me add.
I don't feels that way. Clearly, it's some millions of people that felt that way, and that's why he did get. That's why he did shoot some shoes. Got they stopped processing it, producing the shoes. Think they stuff started happening to him. People were not happy with that because it's inappropriate.
Well,
It's
can I
still
ask why he has to do it privately though? Like, what is
because
that he?
you can express in part. You can express yourself and your issues within yourself. You don't have to do you.
But why
Why
would
just
you not
publicly?
express it out
But why
loud
just
to
do it
help
publicly?
other
But
people?
why just do it for the world? Like
Well, well,
everybody
wait.
do
What are,
that.
but Jasper, what are we doing right here? What are we doing right
But why
now?
does but why does he have
It's
to
hypocritical.
express his hate, disdain for religion for the world? Like he's expressing his hate for religion, not nothing. It's
I
hate.
mean, I don't like religion either. I like spirituality.
Me
So
too.
that we share that. I don't like
Okay,
religion because I think
but
religion is a tool of
but
control. I think spirituality is enlightening. That's
but if
my
somebody,
personal
but
opinion.
but if he got on there and was mocking spirituality, would y'all reaction be the same?
But there'd be no reason to do that because spirituality
My
is not religion.
my point,
Religion is what
my
locks you in
point, my
chains, not.
point, my point.
It's not the point because there's no reason to mock spirituality. That
My
don't even make
point
no
and
sense.
my point, because y'all just answered my question. Because
But
if he
that's
mocked
not. I didn't
spirituality,
answer
y'all
your
would have a
question because
problem with it.
spiritual. He wasn't mocking spirituality. You said if,
But
but
if
he
he
didn't.
was,
But he
like my
didn't.
question was,
But he
y'all would
did
have a
not.
problem with it. It'd be a whole different conversation
I
than
also wouldn't be
mocking
mad if he did either
spirituality.
because that's his opinion.
Y'all be so offended, y'all be so mad and so upset if he got on there and mock it and
No,
made
I wouldn't,
whatever
and that's an
person
inaccurate. No, it's not. I would
parking
not be
all
mad
this.
because that don't make no sense because spirituality transcends religion in the first place. So they're not level
I
with each
think it would
other
be
in
a
the
if
first place.
you would not find it, and you would not find it enlightening from the mock spirituality. You would not find it as
I
a
also would not
high
feel. First off,
support.
I have a problem with oppressive systems, which
Oh,
is religion, not spirituality. So they're not the same. So it's not. I mean, I'm glad you thought you caught me in, but
I
no.
got you because I asked a question, nothing was said, so my point was
I
proven.
answered your
And then
question, but it wasn't the answer.
you
You
answered it when
thought
I
it was an
initially
answer, and it
asked it
wasn't.
though. When I initially asked, there was your chance to bumping in, not after two seconds, a minute after I asked the question.
You answered multiple of my questions, which I asked
But it's
gracefully.
okay.
Okay.
But it's okay. It's okay to understand y'all support him. Y'all support his movement and whatever he's doing. I don't
It's
agree
not that
with
I
him.
even support his
I don't
movement.
agree
It's
with him.
the fact
No, I
that
He,
support. No.
I don't.
Let's not get
all
it
right.
twisted.
That's
No, but
not
Little
y'all,
the
no,
point.
Nas
I don't
y'all
support
X,
his
support his
movement.
movement. I
Little
understand.
Nas X music, just like DaBaby's music, is not for me.
Oh, okay. Now you
I never said that I
Yeah,
support
we
Lil
never
Nas
said we
X.
listened to their
Yeah,
music
not for you,
religiously.
but his
I
is.
I
So it's
support
it's for you.
I
Okay.
support anyone liberating themselves of the
Right.
burden
That's the
that's
Oh,
whole
been put
point.
on them.
That's the whole
Religion,
point.
whether you like to believe it or not, Jasper, has caused a ripple effect of burden, of death, of suicide, and the reason that DaBaby has the ideas that he has is because it's embedded in his black church, in religion,
okay. Now
and
you
in
can
ignorance.
church, but he,
He grew up in a culture where he was told
but
that
what he
gay people this and gay people that.
you can, now you're gonna blame the black church for
I
him.
blame, yes, I
Not
do.
not not
That's a
his
different conversation
not
for a different
anyone's
podcast.
Yeah,
specific black
you blame the
church.
black church for his thoughts.
I blame religion and I blame the black church, the same black church that came out of slavery
Oh,
and the same religion that came out of
Well,
white masters' religion.
and we can't go deeper than that because
Okay.
we can't go deeper than that
Oh,
with
we'll be here till next week Saturday.
it's
really.
week. I'll be on my own swinging it out there on Theo all night long. So
No, you need to understand the root of what it is that you
I,
are you need to understand the root of what it is you're defending before you sit and defend it.
it's equally.
Christianity was the tool that brought your ancestors here to this country and enslaved them.
I love the Lord. I love the
Okay,
Lord.
and you should love the
Like I
Lord,
said, I love the
and
Lord.
I will
Listen,
love the Lord too. And I just
Oh,
call him
I
Allah. I do
tell
not love the
love the Lord.
Christianity that brought your ancestors to this country and brought segregation and slavery in the
Okay.
conditions that we have today.
now let me
I,
I just want to say two things real quick, and it won't be long-winded, but like, so two things. I've had that type of debate with someone I know very well, about um about about the fact that religion has been used as a tool to kill for centuries. Okay, religion, not spirituality. So not I'm not coming for spirituality. I'm speaking about the institution of religion. And it is important to remember it doesn't mean that I don't still believe in God, but what it does also mean is me having the full understanding that the reason that I have a lot of the religious basis that I do in my life is because my ancestors were brought here by colonizers who basically said that the Lord told them via manifest destiny that they are supposed to go to each part of the earth and rape and pillage and take all of its resources because the Lord told them to. And I'm gonna leave it at
yeah,
that.
and you saying that, but you saying
And
that
that's the truth. I'm
they
sorry.
know
It's just what
that
it is.
because people obviously they didn't know, so they didn't know that the Lord did not tell them to do that because the Lord is not an evil person. So when you say that, you saying that
I'm
they
not
We didn't
saying
say
that
the
I'm
Lord. We
not saying
said
that the
Lord
religion.
Lord
Again,
said. I'm
the
we
saying
Lord
keep
told
they
them
saying
said that the
religion.
Lord.
the Lord would
Hold
choose
on, hold on,
that.
hold on. Let me be clear. What I said
Clear
was
it
I did
up.
not say the Lord or God. So I'm not
He said religion.
disrespecting
He said
our
that you
deity.
said he said
That's what
the
I didn't say.
people said the Lord something to go to
I
kill the
said that
people.
those colonizers
Yeah,
said that the Lord said,
yeah, that's what I'm
not
saying.
that the Lord's actually said.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I was like, don't. I
That's what
didn't
I'm
say.
saying. When you
Don't
say
have him trying
no,
striking me
that's what
down now.
no, that's what I'm saying. That's what
Uh.
I'm saying. What I'm saying is you saying that and they're telling these people that because these people are they knew that those people were going to believe what
Right.
they're telling them because they didn't have the knowledge
Right.
that the Lord wouldn't send or is not an evil being or
And
person
wouldn't say
and
something like
like
right.
that and want them
Right.
dead. That's what I'm saying.
That's yeah.
That's
No,
what
I
I was
agree with. Yes.
because I'm not trying to get you straight down because like I said,
I
the
was
Lord
like,
doesn't exist.
don't. I was like, don't do that, because he ain't about to pop up in my dreams tonight and be like, Isaiah, what you talking about,
The
Negro?
Negro, what you say?
Here,
um, But you know, I
Yeah.
well,
Great
guys.
Yeah.
conversation. Yeah, it's a great,
Baby. Fuck
great
anyone that
conversation.
agrees with the baby. And fuck bigotry, homophobia.
Who agrees with DaBaby?
No, what we're saying is we are not in alignment with that that his type of speech and what he is dying on his hill for
No, we're
with
not.
this.
No, no.
Yes, that's what we're saying.
The reason why I brought Lil Nas is because they're both right now in the midst of some controversial stuff. So, and that was brought up in an
Oh
article
Lord, and it just spilled into a whole. I mean,
because there was an article done comparing those two situations.
oh, why didn't you say that?
That's why I brought it up.
You said, I
Yeah,
thought you just brought. I was like, why are you bringing up Lil
no,
Nas X?
it's a purpose to make it make sense. It's called making it make sense.
Dead. I was like, what does Lil
Yeah,
Nas
they were
X?
comparing them because Ti
Oh
and
God, yeah.
it came out.
Oh
You know why
Lord.
it's okay for people to bash DaBaby, but it's okay for them to bash DaBaby, but Lil Nas X does what he does, and we're supposed to watch it and accept it and talk, and deal with his what he does. So that's why I brought it because he made a statement, and some other people, Lil
Mhm.
Boosie, that made a statement comparing those.
I saw that
It,
from Ti.
business that they need to go mind, especially Ti.
But DaBaby did apologize through one through his publicist, and then one
Didn't
through
we
his.
just say he PR apologized now, Jasper?
So
So he did apologize twice now, y'all. So
D-
out.
that note,
we just talked about that beginning of the episode. Don't play. You need to
yeah, you know
stop.
that
His
good
PR
night,
came
bro.
back and gave him a clean, edited, scripted apology to the public.
You giving yourself all the way right now because you know that the PR went to him and said, "Nah, I know you better fix this." Like
Yes,
Fix
they,
this
you know.
ego.
yes. And they fixed it for him. Gave him a well edited, typed the doctor.
Well, I would love for him to do a live video where he talks about it himself and not
I
let his
No,
would
publicist
I don't
get
want to
mad.
hear about him. He's canceled with a capital C. Send back
Oh,
to sender.
but see,
Return to sender.
but I didn't go live because I would tune in to hear him talk and express himself. So
He
I
should.
because
If he
his
wants
right.
forgiveness, he can go to.
there are other men that we can support that do.
If he wants forgiveness, he can go to a Jasper's church.
Oh
You know, see, you
no, he
tried it.
no,
He gonna get spirituality from Theo.
oh,
Yes, yo, yeah, some
no,
spirituality.
y'all better behave now.
Yes, Theo
Good night, everybody.
can talk
Good
to him.
night, everyone. Remember to please review, leave us a review, as I said earlier, and remember to check out our latest episode every.
Friday.
Help me out. It's Friday. Thanks. Love you guys.
Oh Lord, later.
See you later.
Later.